Namaste, everybody. Welcome to the virtual class of Grade 10 English. Today, in the beginning, let me talk about what we are going to do. Yesterday, we can say the day before yesterday, or in our last class, we talked about a poem composed by William Blake. The title of the poem was The Chimney Sweeper. And for your convenience also, for your easiness, let me shortly, in a very short few sentences, let me talk about that poem, just as a gist. That poem, The Chimney Sweeper, as we talked about the poem last time, it is about some chimney sweepers. Especially the speaker is a very small boy, and then he talks about his past, how he was sold by his father after his mother died, and then he also talks about Tom Dacre, his friend who worked together. And Tom Dacre, Tom Dacre had a dream, and why he had a dream is just because those children who were destined to work there in the companies, in the factories as chimney sweepers, they could only dream because they could not get freedom, or they could not be free. That was only their dream to be free, but in fact they could not, and that's why they just dreamed. And Tom Dacre dreamed about being free, dreamed about some other thousands of children being free from there, enjoying, and he could only dream that because early in the cold morning he just got up with the speaker. They got up, they got ready for work, and then they continued their work. The last consolation for them is just, there is one message given by, I think, the messenger. In the dream, the messenger told him to continue with the duties. If you do your duties well, you don't have to worry about what? Worry about any negative things or any kind of harm. Nobody can harm us. That's the lesson that they learned. So what we are going to do today is we are going to do the exercises. That was just for the revision. I just reminded you of the poem. Today we will have some exercises based on this poem, but in the beginning what I would like to tell is, here in the poem we have got some rhyming words. Before the poem, one instruction is given to you: read the following poem and find out the rhyming words. As I told you in the last class also, rhyming words means the words that have similar sounding words, the words that have same or similar types of sounds. And here on the screen, please, you can have look there, just like young tongue, whip, slip, head, said, bear, hair, night, sight, jack, black, then key, free, run, sun, behind, wind, boy, joy, dark, walk, warm, harm. These were the rhyming words, and in the exam, sometimes you are asked to find out some particular rhyming words. So get ideas of this. Rhyming words means the words having almost similar sounds, especially in the poetry they are used. And these rhyming words help the poem to make it more musical, or say to make the poem more beautiful. So after this, let's begin with exercise today on page number 147 in your textbook. Here in the first question we have vocabulary in use, that is word meaning exercise. Let me put one chart here on the board, or you can look at your book also. This is the same question copied from your book, whether you can see it or not. Can you see it? Okay. Now, vocabulary in use. What you are given here, you are given the words, or say definitions, you are given meanings. You have been given the meanings here. So what you have to do is read the meanings, read these meanings, these definitions, and what you have to do is you have to find the words from your book, from your poem. And here, it is very easy for you because the instruction says, find out the single words in bold-faced from the poem for the following definitions. Means bold-faced, bold letters are there, the words in bold-faced. You can see it in the poem. That's why it's not going to be difficult for you. So, what is the first meaning, first definition here? A pipe or structure through which smoke or steam is carried away from a fire furnace. See, a pipe or structure through which smoke comes out. Smoke is carried away from a fire furnace, means fireplace. So, let me show you here in the beginning of the stanza here, the first stanza. There are two words in, boldface, like chimneys, the first one. In the first stanza, the last line here of this stanza, chimneys and soot. Which one do you think is the word for this? Pipe, from which smoke comes. So, this is what? This is chimneys. So what I have to do is, so chimneys, chimney is the first word. You can write chimneys here. And, okay, let me write chimney. Let me use another marker. What is the spelling of chimney? Chimney, chimney. So chimney is the first word. And secondly, we have another meaning. Black powder in the smoke of wood, coal. Black powder, that is dust. So what is the word? Black powder in the smoke. Again, have a look on the screen here. What is the second word? Soot. So this is the word. I think I have to use this one. Pointer. Yes, soot is there on the screen. So soot. S-O-O-T. Soot. And next, number C. Number C, we have got another one. In number C, you can see meaning, make a house, etc., secure by locking the doors and windows. This is, make a house, make means house or something like that, make secure by locking the doors and windows for safety, for security. So, let me take you to another. This is the third stanza. In the third stanza, you can see one bold-faced word in dark colors, Okay, there in the last line of this last stanza, this stanza, third stanza, there is the word locked up. But as we are given only make in the question, make in infinitive form, in verb one form, what we have to do is locked up can be written as lock up only. L-O-C-K, lock and up. This is lock up. Even if you write locked up, it may not be considered wrong, but in fact, we have to follow this one. If it is in past tense, use it in past form. If it is in present form, use it in present form. Now, number D, naked, uncovered. Naked. In Nepali equivalent word, we can say nango, khuilo, or whatever. Naked, uncovered. So, what might be the word? Let me take you back to stanza number 2 in the poem. Which word is bold-faced there? Yes, that's bare in the third line of this stanza. Here's bare. This bare is the word for naked or uncovered. B-A-R-E, bare. Got it? Now, number E, box in which dead body is buried or cremated. Dead body is kept or dead body is buried or cremated. Cremated is like burned down, you know. So, what is that box called? Where dead body or where corpse is kept, is put. That is called coffin, and this word lies somewhere in, okay, this stanza, coffin. Did you see that in boldface? The second line of this stanza here, right over there, you know, coffins there, yes, coffins. He opened the coffins and set them all free. So the correct word for this is coffin. C-O-F-F-I-N, coffin. Why? It says only box, that's why we write coffin. If it is boxes, then we can write coffins. So be careful about, you know, using the right base word. And here comes number F. Number F, can you see it? A divine or supernatural messenger from deity or from God. Deity is simply God. So a divine or supernatural messenger. Messenger is a person who brings the message, either from, especially from God, you know, messenger. And you have got these days, you know, in this is the age of technology, you have got a messenger to talk to the people lying in or living in different places of the world. So divine or supernatural means divine from the heaven, from the paradise. So it is, what might be the word? Messenger. There, you can see in the same stanza there on the screen. This one, in the very first line, angel. Yes, angel is the word. A-N-G-E-L, angel. If you write A-N-G-L-E, then it becomes angle. Don't get confused with the spelling of angel or angle. Okay, this was about, you know, the first exercise, vocabulary in use. I think it's not difficult as you think it to be. Now here comes number 2, reading comprehension. Reading comprehension, okay, we have already read the poem. Imagine that you have already understood it. Or if you have not understood, then okay, you will be able to understand this time while discussing the questions. The questions are there in the book on page number 147 in number 2. And these questions are very short questions. Not only that, the questions are short or long, don't matter, but the answer is not that long. That's why these are comprehensive type of questions. Reading comprehension, whether you have understood the poem or not. These questions will help you to find out whether you have understood the poem or not. Okay. Let me change the chart here. This is the chart for the questions. And this time, we shall discuss the questions based on the poem. Can you see it? Okay, I think you can see it. Reading comprehension answers these questions. I have written answer these questions. Number A. These are the questions from the book, remember. And there can be some other additional questions also. These are not the final questions that can be asked in your exam. No? Sometimes the same questions can be asked in some other ways, or sometimes there can be some new questions also. So there is always a chance to be asked a new question. Now number A, who composed the poem? This is very usual type of question. In every poem, you know, you can have or you can get this type of question. Like, who composed the poem? And the same question can be asked sometimes like, who is the composer of the poem? Or who has composed the poem? Who has written the poem? Composed means written. So who composed the poem? For this type of who question, as I told you in the previous classes also, for who we write the person, name of person, or the doer who did it. So what is the answer? For number A, let me write the answer here. For number A, can you find out the name? Who wrote that? Okay, here. At the end of the poem, you know, after the poem is over, there is name, William Blake. Yes, this man, William Blake, wrote this poem. So how do you write the answer? William Blake. William Blake. In short, we can write William Blake, but the complete answer is William Blake composed the poem. See, William Blake. Write the name in the beginning in place of who, then continue with the other words like William Blake composed the poem. Lastly, give a full stop. So William Blake composed a poem. Are you clear about that? I think it's very easy question. Now number B, second question. Why did the speaker cry? Why did the speaker cry? In the poem, the little boy cries. Why? Remember, this question is in past form. And make sure you have understood the question. Without understanding the question, you cannot move ahead or you cannot write the answer. So number B, why did the speaker cry? The speaker cried. Begin your answer like this. This was the answer for number A. Now for number B, you can write like this. The speaker cried. Why cried? Because there is did. The speaker cried because, you can write with because his mother died early and his father, what did his father do? His father sold him where? Into a chimney sweeping business, right? Chimney sweeping business. Can you write this? The speaker cried because his mother died early and his father sold him into a chimney sweeping business. You can write the same answer in other way also. If you use the different way of, say, variety of answer, this variety brings, kind of originality, authenticity. So this is the answer for number B. Are you clear? Now comes number C. What does the expression that curled like a lamb's back mean? What is the expression here? The expression is that curled like a lamb's back. This is given within the inverted comma here, single inverted comma. So what does the expression that curled like a lamb's back mean? This very expression is in the poem, that curled like a lamb's back. What does it mean? Can you make a guess? Or you already know the answer? For number C, let me write the answer here. Okay, for number C, I think you can see over here. Number C. The expression, you can simply begin with this. The expression that curl like a lamb's back means, or you can shorten it to it. Okay, let me say answer. Answer for number C. It means what? It stands for that curl like a lamb's back. This whole expression. In place of that whole expression, we can simply write it. It means what? It means the curly fur, or you can say hair. The hair of a lamb is fur. That is soft. Okay. Fur of the baby sheep. It means the curly fur of the baby sheep. Why baby sheep? Because it's a lamb. So it means the curly fur of the sheep. So, or curly fur, curly hair. You can write hair also. No problem. It means the curly hair of the lamb, or it means the curly fur of the baby sheep, or you can write lamb in place of the baby sheep. No matter. Okay, got it. Now comes number D. How did the angel open the black coffins? This is the question. How did the angel open the black coffins? Coffins means the box in which dead body is kept. How did the angel open the black coffins? Can you write? The angel, you can begin your answer as usual by just skipping this one. Leave this question word, do, does, did, auxiliary words or helping words. Just leave it first. start from here, the angel. So what number is it? It is number D. Answer for number D is, okay, the angel. The angel, what is next? Open. This open becomes opened. Why? Because there is dead. So the angel opened the black coffins. Black coffins. How? You can simply write like this, with the bright key. Is it? Okay, let me show you one more time on the screen. In the poem, you can see, okay, there in this stanza. Have a look at the line there, first line on your screen. And by came an angel who had a bright key. What is that key for? That key is for what? For opening. Opening what? Opening the black coffins. In the next line, you can see it right there on the screen. And he opened the coffins and set them all free. He opened with what? He opened, the angel opened the black coffins with the bright key. So this is the answer. You can get the answer here in this stanza. That is stanza number 3. Is it 3? 4, 5, 6. 4, 5. This is stanza number 4. Yes. Now comes next question. Number E. The 5th question. At what condition would Tom get joy? Here again, let me draw your attention to the next stanza of this poem right over there on your screen. That is, what is the question? At what condition would Tom get joy? You can see it right over there in this stanza, almost in the, okay, 3rd and 4th lines. Like, and the angel told Tom, if he'd be a good boy, he would have God for his father and never want joy. So can you make an answer for this? What answer would you like to write here? In the exam, you cannot write the whole, you cannot copy the whole lines there from the poem. Just simply make a habit of writing the answer for number, okay, E. Number E, answer. Question is already there. At what condition would Tom get joy? If Tom became a good boy, he would get joy. Do you think so? Yes, the poem says the same. On the screen you can see it, or in a book also. You can say in a book. The angel told Tom, if he's a good boy, means if Tom became a good boy, he would get joy. He would get joy means he would be happy. Now, next question, number F. Okay, look at this, number F. What do you think there might be in their bags? Bag ma ke thiyo? The question says, what do you think? You think, it's about your opinion or the reason you can give yourself. Like, what do you think there might be in their bags? There can be two things. See, let me direct you to, okay, the same stanza there. One stanza on the screen, did you see? Then naked and white, all their bags left behind, they rise up in clouds and sport in the wind. From this line also you can make a guess, or you can give one reason. What is the reason then? Then naked and white means those boys, those children who, washed themselves in the river. What they did, they just ran without wearing clothes, or they were naked. They ran, they jumped, and after that, they just flew in the sky. They flew above the clouds with the messenger of God. See? Naked. And why naked? Because they left their clothes behind. And where were the clothes? Their clothes were in the bags, I suppose. Or we can suppose it. And there can be some other things also. Let me take you to another stanza of the poem. Okay, here it is. In the last stanza of this poem, you can say, And so Tom awoke, and we rose in the dark and got with our bags and our brushes to work. Got with our bags and our brushes to work. Brushes. So what could be there in the bags? There in the bags there could be brushes, or maybe some, we can say working tools. Tools for chimney sweeping. So there can be two things. One, their clothes, the other, the working tools or chimney sweeping tools. So, but you can write both things in the same answer. That is your cleverness. Just be clever and write down the answer for number F. Answer for number F can be like this. You can begin your answer like, I think. I think their claws and what? And sweeping tools or chimney sweeping tools. Chimney sweeping means brushes and things like that. Sweeping tools were there in their bags. Can you write this way? Or you can simply write, their cloths and chimney sweeping tools were there in the bags. Or I think their cloths and chimney. If you write only cloths, that is also okay. Or if you write chimney sweeping tools, or we can say working tools. Tools for their work were there in the bags. So both answers can be possible. That's why I wrote both words, both things. I think their cloths and chimney sweeping tools were there in the bags. This is for number F. Can you write this way? Now comes number G. What did the angel tell Tom? What did the angel tell Tom? In the poem, you can see it somewhere, like, yes, there it is. In the third stanza again, and the angel told Tom, if he'd be a good boy, he'd have God for his father and never want joy. This is the answer, or there is the answer of this question. So how do you write the answer then? For number G. For number G, you can simply write like this. You can begin your answer from here. The angel. What is already question word? Did is auxiliary verb. So we write with this. Begin with this. So let me erase it first. So this is number G. And answer for number G is, what did the angel tell? The angel told. Tell becomes told. There is did. Told whom? Told Tom. Told what? Told to be what? To be a good boy. And, okay, and he would get God for his father. Do you know what it means? He would get God for his father means he would get all the joys, all the happiness in the world. Because he was parentless, no father, no mother. And so he would be happy. He would get happiness. If the messenger would send him God, that God would be like like his father. So this is what they were seeking for. They were seeking for parental care, parental love. This is the meaning. The angel told Tom to be a good boy, and he would get God for his father. Or you can say, the angel told Tom to be a good boy, and he would send God for his father. You can write that way also. He would send means who would send? The messenger would, or the angel would send God for his father. This is the answer. Now comes here number H. How was the morning? Can you find it? How was the morning? Okay, in the very last stanza there, on the screen right over there, you can say, And so Tom awoke, and we rose in the dark and got with our bags in our brushes to work. Though the morning was cold. One word in the first line, you can say dark. Don't you think so? It was dark morning. And the other word in the third line of this stanza, you can say morning was cold. So how was the morning? The answer for number H is, okay, you can simply write it was, or you can say the morning was. You can write it was. It was, one word is dark, it was dark, and what? And C-O-L-D, cold. It was dark and cold. This is the answer. It was dark and cold. Okay. And here comes the last one. The last but not the least. The ninth question, I think it is. At the end of the poem, what message was given to Tom? What message? And this is again there in the last stanza on the screen, right over there. Please, I would like to take you to the last stanza here. Though the morning was cold, Tom was happy and warm. So if all do their duty, they need not fear harm. If all do their duty, or if they fulfill their responsibilities or duties, or if they do their works well, what would happen? They don't have to be worried about, or they need not to be worried about what? They need not be worried about any harm from anybody. So let me help you to write with the answer of this. The last question, number I. Number I means this is ninth question. Okay. The message. At the end of the poem, what message was given? The message given to Tom is that if we do our duties or works, we can say, or works well, we don't need to be worried. Why? Because no one can harm us. Don't you think so? This is the meaning that is applied, that is given in the last stanza there. The message given to Tom, or you can simply begin with, Tom was given a message that, you can write, or you can begin like that also. Tom was given a message that if we do our duties, our responsibilities, our works well, we don't need to be worried because no one can harm us. No one can do anything bad to us. This is the answer. Now, very quickly, let me lead you the last question here, that is number 2. Okay, here it comes. That is, fill in the blanks. Please have a look at this question on the screen. Use the words in the box to complete the summary of the poem. After you fill in the blanks by choosing the correct word from the box given there, what happens? You will get a complete summary of the poem. Means what is there in the poem, or what the poem is all about, you can get after you complete this answer. So you can say, use the words in the box to complete. What are the words? Chimney sweeping. Yes, first word is chimney sweeping. Second word, saved, dream, locked, fellow, field, tools, boy, paradise, key. Now, let's see what the sentence is like. In the beginning, there is no number as such. The speaker of the poem is a small what? A small, ... who was sold into. Means a small boy, isn't it? So boy is there. So write boy in the first blank. Is a small boy who was sold into the what business? What is the name of the business? Chimney sweeping. Yes. I think you are clever enough to complete this answer. It's so much easy. It's very easy question. So you write second word, chimney sweeping. Chimney sweeping business when his mother died. He recounts the story of a chimney sweeper. He recounts, means he tells the story of what? Story of means another partner is there, isn't it? So what is the partner called? Fellow. So you write fellow chimney sweeper Tom Dacre. Tom Dacre means fellow. Fellow chimney sweeper Tom Dacre, who cried when his hair was, what was his hair done? You know, hair was shaved. Yes, this word is right over there. Shaved. His hair was shaved to prevent vermin and soot from infesting it. Next, the speaker comforts Tom, who falls asleep and has awe. What does Tom see? Tom see, okay, the word dream. Don't you think so? Tom see dream. Okay, this is who falls asleep and has a dream. You can write dream over here. Dream or vision of several chimney sweepers, all in black coffins. What had happened to them? Okay, they were locked, right? Locked in boxes, coffins. So you can write locked. All locked up in black coffins. You can write locked here. Locked in black coffins. An angel arrives with a special what? Special, what is the word here? Paradise? Is it? Key. Yes, key is the correct answer. That is the key. Special key that opens the locks on the coffins and sets the children free. The newly freed children run through a green, where? Green field, right? Yes, field is there. And again, come back to this green field and wash themselves in a river, coming out clean and white in the bright sun. The angel tells Tom that if he's a good boy, he will have this for his own, this paradise. Is there any word like paradise? Yes, here is paradise. So we'll have this paradise. Okay, you will have this paradise for his own. When Tom awakens, he and the speaker gather their tools. The one and only, the left word, remaining word is tools. You can write simply tools here in this blank, last blank, and head out to work, thinking that one day they would have a better life. And okay. Now we have, lastly, before departing, we have number 3 follow-up activities, and there are 2 questions. The first question is about expressing your feelings about the poem. What do you feel, or how you feel about the poem? Are you sad or happy, or say what? You just express your feelings to your friends, or you can also write a poem similar to this. How do you feel when you read the poem? Tell it to your friends. That was that. And then number 2. Have you ever seen a child? Means this tells about your experience. Express your experience, like whether you have seen a child or a boy like Tom or not in your area, in your locality. If yes, when and where. Just recount or just tell your experience. What does he or she do for his or her living? You might have seen so many boys, younger boys or children doing that kind of work like Tom did or Tom has been doing. So, dear students, I think you understood the poem and you are able to do the exercises there. There can be some other additional questions also. Just do them, or you can get the exercises or similar types of questions from various types of books available in the market, or with the help of your teacher, practice a lot and develop your confidence inside you. So before signing out, wish you a very happy day. Have a wonderful day ahead, and thank you very much. Take care. Namaste.